break down those bars. Special edition. It's your boy Dame. Subscribe to Dame's World. You know what we do in Dame's World. We keep the content rolling. And this one I'm bringing it back. I ain't did a bar breakdown in a minute. This is an album breakdown or mixtape, if you will. And it's special, near and dear to your boy. Because one of my close homies just dropped his tape. More is Better 3. My brother, my longtime friend, J-Dot, what up? What's good with you, my guy? Just dropped More is Better 3 this Halloween. And I must say, per usual when it comes to Dot, bar heavy, you feel me? And a lot of grown man talk on this album, a lot of real shit. You can see a lot of maturation in this piece compared to his previous pieces. If you don't know, More is Better 3 is the third installation of the series. More is Better 1, More is Better 2. And you can just see the maturation throughout. And also, I want to add that it's a play on words. More is better. One thing he had throughout his whole tenure as an artist is the punchline, the wit, the savvy lines that can captivate those in the double meanings, metaphors, similes, and all that good stuff. So with that being said, More is Better 3, it's only right I give y'all my breakdown, song for song, tell y'all the bars I like, and rate it in its entirety. So you feel me? That being said, buckle up, because we about to put that work in. We about to put that pain in. More is Better 3, track number 1, Money on My Mind. Now this one, a motivation piece for me, you feel me? Hyperactive beat, energetic Dot out the gate, prefacing with money and all the niggas getting they grind, gotta get to the money. Couple lines I liked in there. Came from an ugly past, but my family fine. I think that's just a quick, clever, witty line. I'm going to let y'all know as a prerequisite, Dot has a lot of witty lines, so this is one of the easier lines, but I liked it because it's simple and digestible and it's real. So it came from an ugly past, but my family fine, but now my family fine. Ugly and fine is the play. We look good now, even though we came from that ugly shit. So that's a bar. He also has a nice Tony Hawk referencing the grind line and his grind in the streets. And also a Nickelodeon Buddy Fuck with Slime referencing his Rellies, his family of the blood affiliation. Shout out to them, you feel me? That track, solid track to intro. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10. The next track, track number 2, Fuck You Mean. This one was my shit right here. For some reason, niggas be putting their track number 2. They always make sure it's a banger. And I think Dot did that with this one. His flow was, you feel me? I love the flow on this, you feel me? Dot is well seasoned. They salty as herbs. I'm from the street. You ain't been off the curb. Like her front seat, but I'm loving her curves. I like to drive when I drink. I'm a swerve. I love to get head. Well, I think I'm a nerd. Putting that heat to their head, I'm a perm. So just a segment, and I missed a couple lines in there, but those were inside of the segment. Dot is well seasoned. They salty as herbs. To be seasoned, to be a professional, but to be seasoned is to be salty. They salty because I'm seasoned as herbs and spices. You feel me? I'm from the street. You ain't been off the curb. Dot is from the streets for real. He ain't lying about his raps. That's the beauty about knowing a nigga. You know if they telling the truth or lying. More is Better 3 consists of fact after fact after fact. I know it because I know him. You feel me? I'm from the street. You ain't been off the curb. Like her front seat, but I'm loving her curve. So I think he's referencing a woman. Her front seat could be how she look, but I'm loving her curves. And then that's a car reference as well. I like to drink. I like to drive when I drink. I'm a swerve. Love to get head. Well, I think I'm a nerd. Head nerd, easy. Putting that heat to their head. I'm a perm. Dom DeMarco, put that heat to their head. Spitting fire bars. I'm putting that heat to your head. I'm a perm. A perm puts the heat to your head. You got the curling iron. You roll it. You get the smooth pimpish perm type shit. Bar. Flipping birds every morning. I feel like the worm. Dom DeMarco. And how I caught it, he could check me if I'm wrong, but the worm off Friday is selling drugs. You feel me? Weed preferentially. Probably got them birds too. But flipping birds every morning, I feel like the worm. You feel me? So that's fire. Bar. Bob Walker just died. Gotta keep my prices right. Bar. Gotta keep my price is right, Bob Walker. I want to say the host, but gotta keep my prices right. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta charge adequately. So that's a bar. And fuck you mean. I'll spend or going against me. Bad decision. I'll spin on the fan like the ceiling. Nice bar. I'll spin on a fan. You feel me? I'll go attack a fan like the ceiling, but to spin on the fan, of course, is the ceiling. I got one right there. You can see that little trying to angle. Bam! Spin on the fan like the ceiling, nigga. Bar. So fuck you mean. I gave that an 8.2. That was one of my favorite tracks on More Is Better. Replay value for show. Number 3, Still Dot, a play on Still Dre. The beat kind of sounds like it with a little distinction. Couple of lines I liked in this was, wouldn't find a cleaner flow with a mop. A cleaner flow with a mop. His flow is clean. But in order for your flow, that's how niggas say flow. Floor, flow. Clean the flow. You mop it. Bar. I'm smoking loud while moving silent. I keep the mask on me. I support the virus. Bar. Not that flimsy, you know what I'm saying, COVID mask, but that's his play. That's the metaphor. Keeping the mask on me. You know, when niggas is scheming, they put that mask on. I support the virus. So Still Dot, I gave a 7.2. Cool track, you know what I'm saying? Cool remix. Track number 4, Like That. Smooth flow by Dot. I like the way he was flowing on this. And I gave this an 8 out of 10. Couple lines I like. Before you try to ride my wave, cop a nightcap. Niggas lying in these streets, stop the nightcap. So playing on nightcap twice. And then riding a wave, you might need a nightcap to go swimming, or some type of cap to go swimming when you riding a wave. And niggas be lying in the street. Stop the nightcap. You capping. Bar. Still a dog, man, but I'm trying to hang my collar. You feel me? Just a reference to trying to not be a dog as a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes niggas be on the hunt. You feel me? Looking for women, looking for bitches and hoes. But I'm trying to hang my collar. So just a reference to his maturation. Like, I ain't trying to be a dog all day. Niggas be capping, they not typing. So capping again, lying. But when you type, you can put your shit in caps. Niggas be capping, they not typing. Quick bar. I gave that a smooth 8. You feel me? Nice, medium, in between the highs and the mids in the mixtape / EP, whatever you want to call that album. So, Like That was solid. Number 5, On the Flow. I think this was a cool track as well. I gave this a 7.9. And he's really referencing his endeavors with broads on this one. You feel me? So just you feel me? Couple of his endeavors. And I'll say he's referencing the women that aren't of the best vibration. And I'll say this because when we give labels and titles to women or men, we give it based on the characteristics they display. So if you are fussy, argumentative, negative, and envious and competitive as a woman, and petty and doing certain things, you might get labeled a bitch. If you out here just selling your body, doing things for money and not for any intrinsic means, you might get labeled a hoe. If you out here nurturing, upholding the aspects of femininity, the highest qualities of femininity, you might get labeled a queen. You might get labeled a goddess. So the characteristics in which you uphold gives you your title. So in this song, On the Flow, I think Dot is referencing the bitches and the hoes that he's dealt with in his life. You feel me? And hey, just because you may be a bitch and a hoe at that time don't mean you stuck in that position. So to my bitches and hoes, this might be something to peep. He got a couple lines in there just to help a motherfucker out. Think he say something. I didn't write it, but Nipsey said to do a marathon, not to get ran through. So that's just referencing the hoe. Like, you got ran through, so you feel me? Your stock drop a little bit. I can't fuck without the plastic, bitch. I barely met you. Had the nerve to try to hit me with the dot you special. Heard that line a million times before I ever met you. They say it's way cheaper to keep her. Why I never kept you. Dom DeMarco. Now that's a play on word. I mean, that's not a play on words. That's a rhetorical question. And again, when rapping or writing, it's a lot of literary devices. And I appreciate More is Better 3 because he got punchlines, metaphors, similes, analogies. This is a rhetorical question. And he going to have some more literary devices I'm going to point out in this. But it's a slew of literary devices you can use in your writings. And he uses several of them, including that rhetorical question. They say it's way cheaper to keep her. Why I never kept you? He know why. They grimy. They got ran through. They bullshit. But again, the adage is cheaper to keep her. When you got a woman, a good woman at least, or a woman in general married, you might not want to, you feel me, get divorced and then they take half your shit type shit. Not saying all women are like that, but I'm just saying some women are like that. So On the Flow, I gave a solid 7.9. And that leads me to track number 6. My favorite track by far. Not by far, I got a couple more that's debatable with it. But my favorite track, the one I repeated immediately, Law and Order. You gonna listen to this. When you listen to this, number 6, Law and Order, you gonna see why it's the vibe. It's a smooth, you feel me? Old school beat reference. Even in the hook, the hook, the ad-libs, beginning. He said they should call me Long Island Dot. I know he was sipping Long Island iced tea, feeling this swerve in the booth. Like, they need to call me Long Island Dot in this motherfucker. But the flow and the bars in it just gave it a 10 for 10. I got several different bars I want to reenact. He said, I just caught the zip. A guava leaf the only thing I need. Grandma asked me what I'm hustling. I told her only weed. Even though I got the Molly, white girl ecstasy. Even got Newport singles on the low, they 2 for 3. Don Juan DeMarco, not punchline bar heavy this time, just all real substantial shit. You feel me? And that's how he plays it on the whole Law and Order. It's just about some real shit, smoothly riding the beat. But you know what I'm saying? Just cop the zip. A guava leaf, the only thing I need. Grandma asked me what I'm hustling. I told her only weed. So she could be at peace. You feel me? I told her only weed. Even though I got the Molly, white girl in ecstasy. We got Newport singles on the low, they 2 for 3. That's the street lingo, man. Niggas is selling Lucy's. 2 for 3. Bar. You feel me? Another line in there. The feds be watching me. They be all up on my page. Got a house full of hoes. A nigga feel like Flavor Flav. Bar. We know Flavor of Love. House full of women. Or hoes if they fit the characteristics. Again, don't get mad. Wonder why they call you bitch. Wonder why they call you bitch. You act like what you feel me, looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. It's a duck. So your actions will be indicative of the title you get. Simple as that. So just like there's bitches and hoes, there's queens and goddesses. No female comes the exact same character. No female has the exact, or all females don't have one fixed characteristic. Some females can act bitchy. Some females can act godly. Just throwing that out there. Nigga feel like Flavor Flav. Smoking on Obama runts. I promise niggas they should change. Obama runts. It's Obama OG. That's a strain of weed. Smoking on Obama runts. I promise niggas. Smoking on Obama runts. I promise niggas they should change. Obama's whole campaign was predicated on change. So he's playing on that. I'm smoking on Obama runts. I promise niggas they should change. Niggas gotta grow and develop and change. Nice bar. niggas, they should change. You wine and dine your hoes, I bagged your bitch up off a beer. I drove her home drunk. I thank God that he could steer. Counting bucks while I'm driving, almost swerved and hit a deer. Cause down in Tampa Bay, they thought I'm with the Buccaneers. And even another line I didn't write, he referenced how he's always where the Bucks is near. So playing on the Buccaneer lines, but if I bring it back, you wine and dine, that's fine dining. Wining and dining. Expensive dining. I bagged your bitch up off a beer. All I needed was a beer. That's not fancy dining. So it was easier for me to get it. You feel me? You wine and dine, and then the play on wine and beer. Wine, fancy, beer being, you feel me? You wine and dine your hoes. I bagged your bitch up off a beer. I drove her home drunk. I thank God that he could steer. I drove her home drunk. I was drunk. I thank God that he could steer. Because when I was drunk, I was swerving. So Jesus took the wheel. You hear that expression? Jesus take the wheel. I thank God that he could steer. Because I was drunk. That's fire to me. I drove her home drunk. I thank God that he could steer. Counting bucks while I'm driving. I almost swerved and hit a deer. Counting bucks, money. While I'm driving, I almost swerved and hit a deer. He was distracted by his bucks. But the irony, again, buck is a deer. Counting bucks while I'm driving, I almost swerved and hit a deer. And you know, when you in them scenic routes, a deer might come across the road and you might hit that motherfucker. That's fire. Counting bucks while I'm driving, I almost swerved and hit a deer. Because down in Tampa Bay, they thought I'm with the Buccaneers. Fire! And this is all still Law and Order. So he got a lot of lines on Law and Order I was fucking with. And he says, probably my favorite line, he said, I ain't scared of shit. The only thing I fear is fear. I done cried so many times, think I'm running out of tears. This is where I highlight the maturation of J-Dot. Like, he's growing like we all are, and he's learning and experiencing new things, and he's developing wisdom. So it's certain lines that give you wisdom. This shit come from experience. This ain't just me learning and spewing out what I learned. I'm experiencing this shit. You feel me? I ain't scared of shit. The only thing I fear is fear. That's a whimsical, I don't even think that's the right word. That's a wisdom, sage-based line. You know what I'm saying? Because the only obstacle is fear. Once you overcome fear, then nothing else is scary. Not a man, not a check, not a bill due, not an obstruction, physical impediment. But the fact that you have the fear is the fear. You don't want to have the fear to be hindered. So the only thing you really start being cautious about is fear itself. The only thing I fear is fear. I done cried so many times, think I'm running out of tears. Get these niggas down! Fire. They like, Dot, be out the way. Hope he in the studio. I've been working every day trying to make that sushi roll. Fire. I just like how that whole scheme played out. And another line he says in there is, now I'm back snapping. I should have wrote a poem. Now I'm back snapping. I should have wrote a poem. You know when niggas do poetry, they got the snapping. But he's saying he's back snapping, spazzing on these beats. I should have wrote a poem. Fire. Smoking on some purple haze. I kill a cam when I pose. I kill a camera when I pose. I'm killing the camera when I pose. Smoking on some purple haze. Purple Haze is an album by Cameron. Cameron's nickname is Killer Cam. Smoking on some purple haze, I kill a cam when I pose. Fire. Get the camera out of my face. I spit on you, then I'll be wrong. Reference to media and paparazzi. Like, get the camera out of my face. I spit on you and I'll be wrong. And that's a reference to Pac, too, if you niggas, you know what I'm saying? When Pac was down in, I don't know where he was at, and all the all red cameras in his face. Like, that's how I'm doing. Nigga was spitting. I spit on you, then I'll be wrong. Alright, so get him out my face. Bar. And that, you feel me? That was the bars I liked on Law and Order. I gave that a 10 out of 10. That's my favorite track on the album. The next track, Tomorrow. This is a Cardi B remix, if I'm not mistaken. I gave that a 7.5. The reason being is the beat And the original song, when it first came out, I never was a fan of it. So already I was off-putting because I didn't like the original. But the way he flipped it, I fucked with it. I'm not gonna lie. He had a couple lines in there where I was like, okay, you feel me? Making a nigga like this shit, you feel me? But it got the 7.5. A couple lines I got, and another literary reference. He said, hit it from the back to make it clap in onomatopoeia. What? Talk to these niggas, dad. An onomatopoeia is when the word sounds like the sound. So clap, 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 clap. Hit it from the back to make it clap. An onomatopoeia. Clap is the onomatopoeia. Or ruff. Or meow. Or bang. These are onomatopoeias where the word, how it's spelled, sounds like the sound. Another literary device, which he threw in there. Shout out to my nigga Dizzle for having multiple literary devices in there. Hit it from the back to make it clap an onomatopoeia. That's my shit right there. And then it's not easy to rhyme onomatopoeia. So let's just put that out there. First to touch your baby, nigga, could have been a midwife. Referencing somebody's girl. First to touch your baby, nigga, could have been a midwife. Touching your girl. But I'm the first to touch your girl. To touch your baby, aka your girl is your baby, could have been a midwife. A midwife helps give birth in them waters, and she's the first to touch the baby. Bar. I don't fuck with niggas. You a real one if you hang twice. Your spirit falling off. I suggest that you should change flights. That's just how we do in our circle, you feel me? If you a real one if you hang multiple times. If you come around again, you must be solid, because we don't fuck with you if you not. Your spirit falling off. Your soul falling off. If that's falling off, I suggest that you should change flights. Reference to Spirit Airlines, known for being an inexpensive, quote-unquote, cheap airlines. So your spirit falling off, I'm suggesting you should change flights. That plane is crashing. So I gave that a 7.5. And then Pound Town, number 8, I gave a 7.4 because just like the Cardi B song, I hated Pound Town originally. Even the flow. Shout out to Dot for flipping the flow and making it appeasable and comical, because I'm going to point out the lines that I fucked with that just made me laugh, you feel me, which is why I fucked with it. But the original Pound Town, I didn't really like the song. So I gave it a 7.4, a little lower, but Dot had some lines in there. That's the one thing. J-Dot is always going to have some witty lines. That's just the nature of the type of nigga he is. As am I, and I'm always going to respect somebody who's putting that pen to work. So, but his first one is just, you feel me, comical. I think it's part of the hook too. It might be. But he said her coochie stain, her booty hole foul. That shit just made me laugh. And then that's another literary device. Using comedy and laughter, you feel me, to soothe the process. So, her coochie stain, her booty hole foul. I like that. He said, my trap been jumping in L.A. She Shannon Brown. Shannon Brown boosties. Back in the day with Kobe and them. He said, this dick ain't free, but I give a bitch a trial. You feel me? It costs to fuck with me, but I'll give you a trial run. You can try a nigga out for a little bit. You feel me? I fuck with that line, and another comical line for me. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know J-Dot like I know. That nigga's hilarious. You feel me? And that shows his humor. Even this one, the way I hit it from the back, sound like a foul. And in the back, he ad-libbed me like, and one. So the way I hit it from the back, sound like a foul. You get foul, you could, if you smack it from the, you get them guts, you might sound like you fouling them. Bar. So I gave that a 7.4, but it was comical. So I fuck with that. I will bring that back for the comedy. Number 9, Million Up. This was one of my favorite tracks on the album. I gave this a 9.10 because my favorite hook by far, he starts the hook with, Big Bro was tapped in till they locked him up. When that PPP was popping, heard he ran a million up. And he keeps that with the hook. And that shit is just a smooth hook. and it's also referencing real shit. And if you notice the beat, it kind of sounds like Hit 'Em Up Again till it drops into a different style. Couple lines he had in there: selling trees for the fiends just to eat, just selling trees to the fiends just to eat made me fight. Swear the free fries from Mickey D saved my life. The Dodgers scored 6 runs. I double back twice. So hard times, you feel me? When a nigga is accustomed to the struggle, they gonna find ways to get it. It being whatever it is they need. So if it's free fries in McDonald's, when I need something to eat, then hey, let's get it. And when the Dodgers score 6 runs, a lot of these sporting events, when they reach a certain milestone, they're like, oh, free Wendy's burger if the Lakers hit their next 2 free throws type shit. So he capitalizing off that. Like, oh shit, the Dodgers scored 6 runs. I'm about to go get some free fries. These are struggle bars. I respect the struggle. This is proletariat nation over here. The 98% type shit. Most people are struggling. So they don't tell you. But yeah, that was just a heavy segment. He also said in Million Up, I'm gonna make some green long as weed is on the scale. So that's a play right there. I'm gonna make some green money long as weed is on the scale. Weed is green. So I'm gonna make some green long as I got the green. Long as the weed is on the scale. Smoking on that God's gift, I can't wait to inhale. God's gift is a strain, and I can't wait to inhale to smoke it. And this is another literary device, a paradox. Smoking on that God's gift, I can't wait to inhale. So he's referencing God and hell. I just played on it. He's referencing God and hell paradoxically to make it a witty line. Bar. And this is a nice segment in here too. He was spitting real shit on Million Up. He said, in my freshest J's, I ain't slept in days. I'm in downtown LA hustling off Main. Talking to the homeless put me up on game. I'm a check away from homeless if I don't change my ways. Hey. Just referencing real life in these streets. You feel me? Most people are living check to check. So he's rapping to a homeless. And I'll segue by saying, just because you see someone's title don't mean that they don't have valuable knowledge and wisdom to share and to give. Homeless niggas can give game. I met some homeless motherfuckers intelligent and had game to give and gave the game. Just because they homeless does not mean they don't have game. Deeper message, fuck the messenger, did you get the message, nigga? A lot of niggas in today's delirium-based society, they'll dismiss a valid message just because someone they don't approve of said it. Oh, well, he works at such and such. I don't care. The nigga just said a fact. If somebody telling you real shit, use your discernment and take heed to the real shit. And this is an example of Dot doing so. Talking to the homeless put me up on game. I'm going to check away from homeless if I don't change my ways. Bar. One of my favorite lines of the album easily. And then again, I gave that a 9.10. That song was at the top of the list. You feel me? Million Up. Number 10, Gorgeous. Nice transition from Million Up. 8.2. I think he starts with just kind of, you feel me, knocking a woman off their high horse. Like, yeah, you bad, but I ain't going to treat you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to let you know it. It's part of the game sometimes, you know what I'm saying? We like to shower our women with praise, but you get too egotistical and get to treating the nigga bad, I might have to knock you off that horse a little bit, baby girl. Baby girl. But Dot been a warrior. Shit, I could have played at Oracle. She wanna ride my wave, think this little bitch snorkel. Had her geeking off a pill, think this little bitch Urkel. I referenced that to show the nature of my boy J Dot, consecutive punchline artist. So he'll do it back to back to back sometimes. Dot been a warrior. Warrior soldier. Shit, I could have played at Oracle. Oracle Arena is where the Golden State Warriors used to play. She wanna ride my wave, get on my swag. But wave can be water. Think this little bitch snorkel. Snorkeling is in the water. Had her geeking off a pill. I think this little bitch Urkel. Geeking off a pill, you turned that. Geeking off a pill. Think this little bitch Urkel. Urkel was a geek. Steve Urkel. your family matters, they gonna show you that they love you. So he segues from geeking off a pill to Urkel to telling you that your family matters. Family Matters, Steve Urkel was on Family Matters. But he segues to a whole different point. Your family matters, they gonna show you that they love you. If your family really matter, they gonna show you that they love you. So nice bar and a nice transition with the play with the family matters. Dot deserve a few plaques, ain't talking cavities. I like that line in Gorgeous. Before this Glock get fired, tell him chill, boss. Nice, because the boss fires. So he's saying before this Glock gets fired, tell him chill, boss. If a nigga about to lose their temper, somebody needs to be like, man, chill, boss. Like, hey, let's not get into that. Nice line right there. And I gave that an 8.2. That song. Solid track, worth the replay for sure. Track 11, God is a Woman. One of my favorite ones again. Specifically for a couple lines that I think were some of the heaviest lines in the whole tape. He says, Dot get you higher than Ja when Moore rant. His last name is Moore. Moore is better 3. So Dot get you higher than Ja when Moore rant. Moore being him, rant. Rant is going a tirade, a word tirade. He's ranting. So Dot get you higher than Ja when Moore rant. And Ja's last name is Morant. Moore rant. Bar. Heavy. I like that one. And then he said, I run off my self-drive. I'm like a Tesla. Had to put the smack down. I'm like a wrestler. That was my line. And I don't know, I'm going to ask him, but he said I had to put this Mac down, or I had to put the smack down. He could be referencing putting drugs down. He don't do no smack. Maybe pushing some, but we ain't talking about that. Maybe not. Likely not. You know what I'm saying? For anybody watching, he ain't doing nothing. But he could say I had to put this Mac down, giving a girl the Mac. I'm like a wrestler. The Smackdown. The Rock is known for giving niggas the Smackdown, and he's a wrestler. You feel me? So whether it's smack, the drug to push, smack, had to put this smack down. Mac had to put this Mac down, whether it's a gun, the drugs, or the game, the Mac. Either way, it coincides with the SmackDown wrestling bar. So bar. And he says cut from a different cloth, like corduroys. Nice line in there. I gave that track 8.2 out of 10. One of my favorites again, top fiver. I'll give y'all my top 5 at the end. 12 Secret Recipe, another top fiver. To me, he cooks in the ladder. From 6 to 13, he gets stewing and brewing. 1 to 5 is cool, but 6 to 13, I think they become more substantial, and his EP gets, or his mixtape gets better with time. Secret Recipe, again, another real rap type track. He said, don't send no death threats. We shoot from close. We don't fuck with Steph. Don't send no death threats. We shoot from close. We don't fuck with Steph. Steph is known for shooting deep, shooting far. So he's saying when they get to the action, they're going to be up close. We shoot from close. We don't fuck with Steph. The irony, I treat beef like curry. Dot a fucking chef. All these lines dope, but I don't never smoke cracker meth. So he's playing on the Steph line again. We don't fuck with Steph, but the irony, he do fuck with Steph in real life and on this song. Because he's saying the irony, I treat beef like curry. That's Steph. But curry beef is a food. So that's where the beef like curry makes sense. Dot a fucking chef. A chef can cook curry with the pop in with my, you feel me? So Steph, Curry, Chef is the play on number 30. And all these lines dope, but I don't never smoke crack or meth. You feel me? My lines dope, my rhymes is fire, but I don't smoke crack or meth. Bar. Half my family blood, some is cuz. I can't choose who to rep. I like that just as a non-affiliate in California. You might have family with gang ties, both sides. But shit, because you have family on both sides, what the fuck you can't choose. Be silly to choose. Be redundancy. So I like that line. Off the pack, get high as a jet. I feel like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is off the Packers pack, high as a jet. Went to the Jets like Aaron Rodgers. He's off the pack of weed, getting high as a jet. Righteous. So I gave that an 8.5. Top fiver as well. And then the last track, excluding the bonus tracks, I'm just gonna break down the original, or not the original, but the tracks that are on More is Better 3 without the bonus tracks. Dot did remixing. God did. If you know J Dot, you know he fuck with Jay-Z heavy, so God did is a nice homage song, if you will. And this one he's referencing real shit. He do a lot of reflecting on the shooting in which he got in. J Dot got shot. You feel me? Unfortunately. Fortunately survived and bounced back. Shout out to my nigga Dizzle. And it got bars in there as well. He says the only way your grass greener is to rake it first. I take that as, if you want your grass to be greener on your side, you got to put in the work. Go on and rake them leaves. Go on and make it greener. And it could be a money play. You want your grass to be greener, you got to rake it. Rake up the green. Go get the money. So it could be that. I got to ask him. I only lie when I'm tired of spitting all these words. So he's not a liar is what he's saying. But to lie is to lie down when you're tired. So I only lie when I'm tired of spitting all these words. Bar. The irony, I wrote my best shit on the toilet. Shit. His best shit, he writes his best shit on the toilet when he writes his best shit when he's taking the shit. That's the irony. Nice bar. Life like Smokey, mama. I made it enough. That's my bar right there, because hardships, going through struggles and hard times, sometimes you just got to make what you got work. So life is like Smokey, mama. I made it enough. Friday, first Friday, Smokey tried to get his mom some cigarettes. She gave him like $1 or $2. He said this ain't enough. She was like, make it enough. Bar. And then he has a segment where he like, Dot did. He references a couple things that he actually did and be like, who done, nigga, Dot did. The one I chose to reference is the one I was a part of. Who pulled up to CSUN functions with Ciroc Pop? Dot did. Pulling up to the functions with the Ciroc. He always had it. Tried to erase me out the picture but can't crop Dot. Fire. Like that 2-bar segment right there. And one of the last lines I liked on the EP and the song is, a lot of niggas think they know me because they call me Dot. No, nigga, you don't know me if you don't know my pops. It's family shit right here. You don't know my family or my loved ones, we can't be that close. Like my friends, if I have kids, they become my kids' uncles. Because we're brothers. We're sisters. Same way many of my friends' kids consider me their uncle. So if you don't know my family, we can't be really tight like that. You my acquaintance. You my associate, my nigga. It's difference. But with that being said, that's the last song, excluding the bonus tracks. I gave this a solid 8 out of 10.